Hello, and welcome to Spectral Searches. To further investigate the equipment being used for ghost hunting, I thought I'd introduce another commonly used device, the spirit box. The history of the spirit box technology is a fascinating development in the realm of ghost hunting and the search for paranormal evidence. Spirit boxes are devices that some claim will allow communication with spirits, ghosts, demons, or other entities by scanning radio frequencies. The utilization of the spirit box is a relatively new technology. The precursor to the modern spirit box was made in the early 2000s. In the early 2000s, paranormal researchers and enthusiasts were experimenting with different ways of facilitating communication with spirits. One of the earliest examples was the Frank's box, created in 2002 by Frank Sumption. Sumption designed the device based on the concept of using radio frequency interference to capture spirit voices, or EVPs. The Frank's box was the first widely recognized version of the device that would later be called the spirit box. It worked by rapidly scanning AM or FM radio frequencies, and it was believed that spirits could manipulate the sounds and fragments of voices coming through the static to form words or phrases. As the Frank's box gained attention in the paranormal community, other researchers began to refine the concept and create their own versions of similar devices. These devices typically used radio tuners that continuously cycled through frequencies, the intent being to allow spirits to use fragments of radio signals to form coherent sentences. In the late 2000s and early 2010s, the term spirit box became more popular. Devices began being produced by various paranormal researchers and companies. The PSB-7 spirit box is one of the most well-known versions that emerged during this time. It features an audio feedback loop, making it more efficient at producing audible voices that could be interpreted by investigators as spirit communication. As the technology became more widely used, spirit boxes began to be incorporated into paranormal investigations. Teams and individuals would bring devices to locations that were thought to be haunted to try to communicate with spirits. The use of the devices on television helped solidify the place in modern paranormal research. Paranormal investigators report hearing what they believe to be intelligent responses from spirits during spirit box sessions. The device became well known for its ability to produce real-time communication during investigations. Over time, the spirit box has evolved with some models offering additional features such as multi-band scanning, adjustable speed settings, and advanced audio filters to improve the quality of communication. Additionally, some apps for smartphones and tablets have emerged which mimic the spirit box concept by using audio manipulations to create similar effects. Despite its popularity, the spirit box is still controversial within the paranormal community. Some say the voices heard on the spirit box are nothing more than radio interference or the brain's tendency to interpret random noises as familiar patterns. This is known as pareidolia. Others point out the device's rapid frequency scanning could result in random snippets of speech or noise being mistaken for coherent communication. On the other hand, some counter this argument by saying that the evidence collected from spirit boxes is compelling and demonstrates an ability for spirits to manipulate sound and radio frequencies to communicate with the living. So how does the spirit box physically work? There are 8 key components to the spirit box. 1. Radio frequency scanning mechanism. The central function of the spirit box is its ability to rapidly cycle through different radio frequencies, often on the AM or FM bands. The device continuously scans these frequencies, usually at a rate at about 100 to 200 milliseconds per frequency, which means it picks up and switches between different radio stations very quickly. 2. An audio output. As the spirit box scans the radio frequency, it produces an audio output that can be heard through built-in speakers or headphones. 3. Adjustable sweep rate. Most spirit boxes allow for adjustment of the sweep rate, the speed at which the device scans frequencies. A faster sweep rate, faster cycling through frequencies, might produce more static and chaotic sound, while a slower sweep rate might make it easier to hear recognizable words and phrases. 4. White noise or static generation. The static sound you hear from a spirit box is a byproduct of radio frequency scanning. This white noise can be interpreted as a form of background interference in which paranormal investigators believe spirits might be able to manifest or manipulate specific words. 5. Built-in speaker or external output. Most spirit boxes come with a built-in speaker, allowing investigators to hear the audio directly from the device. Some models, however, feature a headphone jack for more private listening or even an audio output for connecting to external speakers or recording equipment. 6. The power source. Spirit boxes are powered either by batteries, typically AA or rechargeable lithium batteries, or through an AC power adapter. 7. Optional features and controls. This I coupled between 7 and 8 as there are a number of them here, some which are more advanced features and some that are just common features. Some common features include echo or reverb effects, volume control, and mode selectors. 8 would be more advanced features. Spirit boxes may let investigators select specific frequency bands for scanning. This means users can set the device to only scan a particular range of frequencies, such as a narrow AM band or broader FM range, allowing for more fine-tuned control over the type of radio signals it picks up. So what is it that paranormal investigators should really be listening for? It is thought that spirits or entities can manipulate the device's electronic signals to communicate with the living. There are two main theories on how this can happen. The core claim of the spirit box is that spirits can manipulate the radio frequency signals the device picks up during its rapid scanning process. There are two hypothesized ways that it works in paranormal investigations. Spirits are believed to have the ability to interact with the electromagnetic field, or EMF, and radio signals that the spirit box scans. They can influence the radio waves in such a way that they create coherent words or phrases. A major part of the process involves white noise or static generated during the rapid scanning of radio frequencies. White noise is essentially a constant flow of sound containing all audible frequencies mixed. Some believe that this static serves as a blank canvas that spirits can use to communicate. Or, the spirit box scans rapidly through a series of radio stations, picking up fragments of voices, music, and static noise. Spirits may be able to manipulate the audio fragments to form words or messages. Investigators claim that spirits can pick out specific words, syllables, or even entire sentences from the noise to form responses. To throw the widest net to collect paranormal evidence, Spectral Searches utilizes both methods of interpreting communication following this SOP. The paranormal spirit box is utilized to provide spirits, ghosts, and other paranormal entities with a method of communication. It is theorized that paranormal entities can communicate utilizing the white noise of the spirit box or by pulling words, syllables, or sentences from radio waves to construct coherent communication. Operation of the paranormal spirit box. Charge the spirit box utilizing the USB charger prior to investigations. Turn on the spirit box with the on-off switch. Press the mode button to determine the appropriate AM or FM mode. Press the scan button to start the sweep function. Utilize the sweep reverse and sweep forward to increase or decrease the sweep modes and either forward or reverse depending on the level of communications occurring. Recording on the spirit box is available utilizing the micro SD card. This can be done through the recording and play feature. Always be sure to transfer files to a computer prior to deletion and prior to subsequent investigations. Communications through the paranormal spirit box. AM frequency communications. Turn on the spirit box as described above. Turn the spirit box onto AM mode and increase the sweep range to its highest speed. Begin by inquiring if any spirits or entities are present in the room. Utilizing previously known history, construct questions that can be resulted in coherent and accurate communication. As an additional level of documentation, utilize the digital recorder of Spectral Searches 103 to document any communications. Between each question, leave 10 to 20 seconds for a response. If there are no obvious communications, continue to step 2 below. FM frequency communications. Turn the spirit box onto FM mode and increase the sweep range to its highest speed. Begin by inquiring if any spirits or entities are present in the room. Utilizing previously known history, construct questions that can result in coherent and accurate communication. As an additional level of documentation, utilize the digital recorder, Spectral Searches 103, to document any communications. Between each question, leave 10 to 20 seconds for a response. Note: FM mode will have obvious radio chatter. If this chatter does not coincide with coherent communication, it is not considered a true paranormal phenomenon. Always take careful consideration when utilizing the FM mode. Closing communications. At the end of the session, always let the spirits or entities know that you will be turning off the device. If other methods of communication become available, let the entity know. If this is the end of the investigation, be sure to thank the spirits before turning off the device. The Spirit Box is a fascinating tool in modern paranormal investigations with a history that traces back to the early 2000s. It has evolved from the original Frank's box to the more refined and sophisticated devices we see today. Though it remains a subject of debate among paranormal researchers and skeptics, the Spirit Box continues to be a popular tool used to attempt communication with spirits in haunted locations. Whether or not it provides conclusive evidence of the paranormal remains a matter of personal belief, but its place in ghost hunting and paranormal research history is secure, and to ensure our own wide net of evidence, we will continue to use it in our spectral searches.